Yo, welcome back to Tyrion Cuthbert. Last time we finished case 4. It's pretty good. Now we're starting case 5. The final case in the game, I think. Unless the game is lying to me. Presumably it's gonna be about Eris? I'm kind of curious where case 5 is gonna go. Because we kind of have two different antagonists, right? Like we have Eris and like the whole demon army or whatever she's got going on, and then we've got the nobility and like the political structure of Wyverngard itself. So is it gonna tie both of them together somehow, or I'm not sure, but I guess we're gonna find out. In the kingdom of Wyverngard, there was a gulf between what was lawful and what was just. People suffered, people died, all on behalf of the corrupt power that ruled over us. The Lord of Cornhaven was drunk on the power of his station. He killed his friend the moment that power was threatened. The headmaster of the academy was cruelly thrown away, forced to realize that he built his legacy on borrowed authority. He committed unforgivable acts to cling to it. To the Duke of Commerce, his people were no different than the gold within his coffers. In his hunger, he nearly sacrificed hundreds to sit upon a hollow throne. Frega's inheritor had ambitions of grandeur and had proven herself worthy, yet she was stripped of her power all the same. It drove her to seek liberation in hell. Literally. Even the evilest demon... Evilest? Is that a word? Evilest demons were not responsible for the rot within Wyverngard. They only revealed what was always there. People feared becoming prey, and that anxiety suffocated them. Reality had always demanded compromise. Some learned to numb themselves. Some learned how to exploit the world's cruelty. Some felt desperate enough to sell their souls to the devil. It was a rigged game, and sometimes virtues like law or justice felt so alien that they might as well have been fiction. Even if they were, I wanted to embody those ideals all the same. Attorney of the Arcane. That's the name of the game! Tyrion? Oh, is this our house? Like our new house? It's almost noon. Are you going to get out of bed? I shifted under my blanket. Leaving its warm embrace would surely kill me. Are you not under arrest for being like a theocracy spy or whatever? I had to admit, I couldn't spend the rest of my life in this bed. Eventually, I'd have to return to the world to do anything. But I wasn't going to knock over the first domino in that chain. Not yet. Someone's actually here to see you. I'm not interested. Is it Arya? I'm not taking another mental health day. At the rate you're going, it's going to turn into a mental health month. I get that you're feeling down, but you've got to get out there. We can't keep freeloading off of Arya. Why not? Isn't her family rich? What's going on? That's a bit rude, but I suppose I can overlook it this time. Stillwind? My longtime rival walked into my room. I immediately rolled out of bed and fell to the floor, trying to avoid her eyeline. I had my pride, and she was the last person I wanted to see me like this. Lying on the floor, I tried my best to brush my hair through my hands. After a while, I just stood up. Tyrion, pants! Right, sorry. Stillwind winced as she politely turned her head away. She and Celeste walked out of the room. We'll give you some time to ready yourself. Okay, surely we had underwear on. We didn't just have our dick flopping around, right? That was certainly something. It's not great, but I don't know what else to do. I've just been protecting the house until he snapped himself out of it. Have there been any incidents with intruders? Nope, I expected the eye taker to send someone. The streets have been quiet. Maybe they know your people are watching the house? We'll just have to hope that will be enough of a deterrent. Have you seen Ruby lately? I have. She's still practicing. I've even faced her in a few trials. How long has it been? I think she might be colder than usual, but it's hard to tell with her disposition. I don't know what to do. It might be best to give both of them time. All has happened. After taking some time to wash my face and clearing my hair, I walked downstairs to my living room. Celeste and Stillwind were sitting at the dining table. Sorry about that. I'm an attorney. It's an attorney's runestone. Proves that you're a certified attorney. It does, doesn't it? It was a fantasy novel that I've been reading through. I've had a lot of free time to read through my collection. Did you read that mystery novel I lent you? I did, but I kind of guessed the twist from the beginning. What? How? The author called a lot of attention to the vowels she dropped. It was pretty obvious the nurse accidentally switched them. What a sad life you must live to never be surprised. I think I've had enough surprises for the time being. The stairwell led to the second story of my home. I hadn't cleaned up the upper floor in a while. Okay, so is the area just like giving us money so we don't have to work for a while? It'd probably be best to make sure Stillwind didn't wander up there. Wait, why? Oh, because you haven't cleaned. Sorry. Oh, remember when I helped you move this bed from the flea market? Right. I recall her doing most, if not all, of the work. I didn't even know that carrying a bed for him single-handedly was humanly possible, so I didn't even take out the mattress. Are you doing well, Mr. Cuthbert? Oh. You seem... I'm fine. Of course. I just couldn't help but notice your absence. You haven't taken any other clients since Beatrice's trial. I'm not even sure if I'm going to practice law anymore. What? I only did this because Tamara told me to, and now... My words trailed off. Do you not enjoy it? You were very skilled at it. I know, but I need more time to think about this. Have you considered becoming a prosecutor? You did a remarkable job of prosecuting Beatrice. If you'd asked me that last year, I'd just laugh at her offer, but Beatrice showed me that there were criminals that needed to be brought to justice. Stone was an iron wall of an attorney. She never had to exploit the system like the other prosecutors of the Crown did. Following her example might not be a bad idea, but a part of me was also tired of following in someone else's footstep. I'll think about it. Oh. Have your injuries been healing well? Yes, Nightgrave's skill in necromancy is quite remarkable. I'm glad I introduced him to House Asclepius. Asclepius? House Asclepius specializes in the study of necromancy. After Nightgrave's expulsion from the academy, I thought it was only right that he be allowed to continue studies. Right, he mentioned that he owed you a favor. I thought necromancy wasn't legal. It was only logical. It would be a waste to let someone of his talents fade into obscurity. Even after everything that happened at the academy, he was still following his own path. Even so, should he still be moving around like this? He should take some time off to recover. As much as I would like to, there's been a recent uptick in cases of mage blight lately. Mage blight, I recall hearing about that many times. If mages exceed their stamina by overusing their magic, it will cloud their mind and send them into a violent frenzy. Yeah, that's been brought up in like case 1 and then never again. The nobility has been trying to suppress information about these incidents. If I'm not there, there's no one to keep the Inquisition from capitulating to their demands. I was actually surprised to see you here, Celeste. Well, I can't just leave him alone anymore. He ticked off a criminal overlord. 1 second, sorry. Okay. They're definitely going to send someone after him, and he can't really take care of himself right now. Your thoughts are leaking. Get out of my head. Oh yeah, we told her. What? It's nothing. Oh, we haven't told her though. I'm surprised though. Not many people slight the eye taker and live. He's been known for taking swift retaliation against his enemies. We're hoping he's laying low after his plan with Beatrice fell true. Either that, or Ruby's doing what she can to protect him. Supposedly, he's been absent from many of his enterprises. Either way, he needs to be dealt with eventually. By the way, Tyrion, Ruby sent another letter. Do you want to put it with the rest? Right. Have you spoken to her since the trial? Can we talk about something else? Of course, my apologies. Oh, the tea's ready. Oh, thank you. Some tea sounds lovely right now. Right, I was totally making it for you guys. She traveled to the kitchen, taking out 2 more teacups. This is a very loud noise. Taking out 2 more teacups out of one of my cabinets. You guys better enjoy this. These are my last bags of... Ah! As she was carrying the cups of tea, she stumbled and slipped on a scroll case lying on the floor. No! She got herself, but the teacup slipped out of her hands. I thought you were supposed to be like a warrior. You can't lose your balance. The boiling liquid was airborne. It was heading right towards my face. Figakwa. Celeste's index finger shot to point at the airborne tea. Her magic took hold, and the molten tea froze just inches from my face. She let out a sigh and slowly started to twist her hands. She magically guided the tea back into their cups. Or, I don't know. You really need to clean this place. I'm your bodyguard, not your maid. Right, sorry about that. That was shaped liquid, wasn't it? Yeah. I remember this. This is from the first case. Oh, I never expected you to. I know, but just too convenient not to have, and my expertise is transmutation. She's really opened her mind about learning new spells. I remember when I first met her, she only knew how to cast Mage Blade. She hated her magic back then. I never imagined how diverse her repertoire would become. There was another knock at the door. I could have really done with all of the visitors today. I'm already up, I'll answer it. Well, whoever they are, I'm not giving up any more of my lotus tea. Who is it gonna be? Eris? I looked through the peephole. It didn't look like anyone else was there. I slowly opened the door. A chain kept it partially locked. No one was on the street, but there was leather in my mailbox. I quickly snatched it before shutting the door. It was an envelope sealed with candle wax. There was a crest on it. It was the insignia of House Pierce. I quickly opened the leather and read it. Despite clearly being written by Pierce, the paper had been torn in half. The message was clear. I hope you understand. I would have never contacted you unless I had no other choice. I know the truth behind McCoy's true parentage, and I'm aware of how vital this information is to you. Okay, I'm really sorry. Okay, you're... I was gonna say, who the fuck is Pierce? Okay, it's this guy from case 1. Okay, sorry. As you know, my execution is scheduled for next month, and I'm running out of time. I thought you could get out of this. I wanted to trade this information with you. In exchange, you will grant me for my freedom. Meet me in the private prayer room within the Grand Cathedral of the Scale Lord at 2 p.m. Okay, so you're gonna be the victim? You will save me from my fate, or else. What? That's what we read. If you think for a second I would even think of helping him. I know how you feel, but aren't these the answers you've been looking for? He could be lying. What do you mean? You have no reason to believe he's telling the truth. I don't care. We're not going to help him. It was never an option. There's clearly more to this. I agree. How was he able to find out in the first place? The truth is, Celeste, I've also been looking into your parentage. What? I'm sorry for not telling you, but I didn't want to raise your hopes. Even with the resources available to me, I couldn't find any information regarding your birth. So if you couldn't find anything, how was Pierce able to? House Pierce is low in the political hierarchy. He shouldn't have access to the resources I did. He was ruling lord of the land at the McCoy Tavern is on. That's true, but I still find his whole situation is quite suspect. And why would he ask for my help? I was the one who indicted him in the first place. Even if I did agree to help him, it would be nearly impossible for me to get him an acquittal. It would be a conflict of interest. Okay, you've been present at every single crime scene that you've defended. What do you mean conflict of interest? I don't think that's a thing in this universe. He must be desperate. His execution is scheduled for next month after all. It's possible that he reached out to tomorrow as well. I can't believe he'd set up a meeting at the Grand Cathedral today of all days. Why? What's happening there? I'm sorry, but it's not my place to tell you. Can I talk with Tyrion alone for a minute? Of course, I'm sure you have much to discuss. We should also start heading to the cathedral today. I can't believe you used what happened as an opportunity. Good luck. What happened? I'm sorry, I'm sure this is just bringing up bad memories for you. We should meet with him. Are you sure? We're not going to help him, obviously, but I had an idea. He's probably really scared of his execution, right? He's even desperate enough to ask you for help. Oh, so we're gonna read his mind? I suppose that's true. So, think about how stressed it would be if you showed up and refused to help him. I could use the Eye of Horus on him. We can get the info we need without having to give him anything. But are you really okay with this? You'll have to see him again. I'll manage. How is he even... Is he not in prison? What do you mean? How are we meeting him at the cathedral? Is he out on bail or something? Like, it'll be worth it if we can finally get the answers I'm looking for. This thought that I'd already gotten her hopes up, but there was no guarantee that he actually knew anything. I was worried about how this might affect her, but it was ultimately her decision. Is it? She's done a lot for me. This was the least I could do. It's an interesting background. So this is the Grand Cathedral of the Scaled Lord. Have you never been here before? The Church of Bahamut wasn't that popular in my hometown, and I've never been the religious type. What about you? Never really caught on with me. Apparently my roots tied to the Celestials. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. He certainly has the looks for it. The thoughts are leaking again. Can you stop? I can't exactly turn it off, you know? Do those mental exercises I told you about. I'm a little annoyed that you've been looking through my mind for the last few months without telling me. Yeah, I would be a bit more annoyed than you are, I think. It's not something I can tell people about recklessly. You and Tamara are the only ones who know. Wait, I'm at the same level as Ruby? Right now, you're much higher than her. Okay. That seemed to add a cheerful shred to her step. We approached the gates of the Grand Cathedral. There was a large blockade wailing off the entrance. A large crowd of sightseers had gathered around the gates. It's closed off. Is there some kind of event going on? Is it marriage? They recalled Sylvan mentioning that she was heading here as well. Is she getting married to the prince? Is that what's going on? Then the building must have been used in the cathedral ground for some kind of private event. I might explain why Pierce wanted to meet us here. It was probably secluded from prying eyes today. Tyrion, Cuthbert. As we approached the blockade, one of the knights noticed us. Oh, sorry, my phone right next to the mic. He looked at Celeste and me up and down. He'd been expecting you. I see. I exchanged glances with Celeste. She raised her eyebrow at me. I just shrugged. We went past the gate and into the cathedral. The walls of the cathedral nave towered high? What do you mean nave? The afternoon sun shone through the stained glass near the ceiling. Definitely inspired awe, but like most things, it was a grim reminder of an excess that the commoners would never see. The pews of the cathedral looked like they could host hundreds of people at a time, but it was completely empty, save for a few people standing near the altar. Aside from the servants, most of them were quite familiar. They were all speaking in hushed whispers. I spotted Laffy and Miriam as we walked into the room. Hey, girls! They both avoided the eye contact with us, understandable considering how I'd indicted their sister. As soon as they spotted us, they moved their conversation elsewhere. In the other corner of the room, I spotted Valentine and Sybil. I always seemed to spot them together. Maybe they were friends. As soon as we began approaching them, Valentine flashed us a quick look of disdain. Okay, that's a typo. He and Sybil moved their conversation away as well. And finally, there was Prosecutor Stillman and her father, along with the two princes. Though there was someone speaking to them that I didn't recognize. Is this the king? Oh yeah, we saw this guy before, like in case 1. When he noticed us, his face darkened. He stared the two of us down. The Crown Prince especially seemed surprised to see us here. He and Lucio said something to Arya, but I couldn't hear it from where we were. When she responded, Aster's eyes widened while Lucio's narrowed. This is a little awkward. It is, but we have some time before our meeting with Pierce. This is my first time here too. Do you want to do some sightseeing? Oh, are you asking me out? We're literally already out. Sure, why not? I picked up this map from the entrance. Oh, can I see? One second. Okay, there's a lot of very small hallways. Presumably we're at the nave right now, whatever that is. Are we on the first floor, or... There's a balcony, so we can be on the first floor. Unless this hallway is like diagonal and like goes up or something. Okay. I'm kind of curious why they're all here. It was strange. I'm an attorney. Ah, presenting your runestone as always, Mr. Cuthbert. It's a bit of a habit, but maybe I should stop. Don't. You always look so excited when you show it to people. I don't even know what this thing means to me anymore. I mean, it's still useful. You can take pictures and write notes about things other than crime scenes. Stop saying that! There are rows upon rows of seats for worshippers to sit at. At full capacity, this room could probably host thousands of people at a time. There's an altar at the end of the room. A religious figure will probably give a sermon here. Its stained glass window, a small ray of sunlight is shining through it. There are rows upon rows of seats for worshippers to sit at. At full capacity, this room could probably host thousands of people at a time. No magic. I think I saw Arya over there. We should go say hi. Are you sure? As we approached the group, both the Grand General and the unnamed noble didn't break their gaze with Celeste. Hello? The nobleman's eyes went to me and then to Celeste. He scanned at both of us, saying nothing. He then walked away without a word. Rude. Mr. Cuthbert and Miss McCoy, I'm surprised to see you here. What? I thought you were the one who invited them. I'm sad to say that I didn't. Although, I am happy to see you two nonetheless. What brings you to the Grand Cathedral today? We're actually invited by another noble. We have a meeting with him. What? None of the people here are allowed to invite guests. Why didn't the guards stop you? Oh, they said they were expecting us. What? It was Lord Pierce who invited them. Pierce, a little... To think I granted his request for temporary release. Temporary release? For murder? I'm sure he meant no disrespect by it. He probably had his reasons. How can you say that? This is the day of your... He stopped himself and cleared his throat. Yeah, they are getting married. He thinks because he's a dead man that he has nothing to lose. I'll be sure to correct that. I have to ask, where are all these nobles gathered here? We've taken over the entire cathedral. Everyone seemed to tense up at that. I'm sorry, but I'm not at liberty to tell you that. It's a matter of public safety. I see. It was a little strange, but I could read the room. I said nothing. Public safety. You said that Lord Pierce invited you here? For what reason? I can't really tell you that. You will tell us if to pose our trust in nobles in attendance. Please, Grand General, there's no need for that. Mr. Cuthbert would never do anything to put anyone's life in danger. As you wish, Your Majesty. Is this the reason why Pierce asked for temporary release? Yeah, of course. So Pierce was temporarily released to attend whatever this was. I could have met with him in this cell. Why would he pick such a strange location? Lady Stillone, Your Majesty, the High Speaker is ready to speak with you. Oh, Stillman's face burned red as it usually did around the Crown Prince. Her eyes darted around the room. Wonderful, I've been looking forward to this all day. Shall we go together, Miss Stillman? Sigh. Yes, Your Majesty, she would like to accompany you. We shouldn't keep him waiting. Okay. Scale Lord, how does she plan to marry him if she can't even get a word out in his presence? Seriously. I also have something important to do. Good day to you all. The old prince trotted out of the room, his head held high. What the fuck is he doing? We're letting him go out on his own? Isn't that the washroom? Oh, okay. I will be taking my leave as well, but make no mistake. My men will be keeping an eye on you too. Yeah. The room is empty now. It's time to move somewhere else. Oh, what are you doing here? Did you follow us? Not intentionally. Trust me, you're the last person who wanted to see today. If they're here by chance, it is because the cosmic balance wills it so. Anyways, I owe a lot to them. What did she mean by that? I'm an attorney. It's your attorney's runestone. I'm glad you've been keeping it in good shape. Be grateful, you only have access to such sophisticated artistry because of my house's ingenuity. I've been to Arcaris, Lord. I'm aware that you stole your design from them. What did you mean when you said that you owed us? You played your role well. Your actions have brought to light the crimes of William and Lloyd. Nothing has been proven legally, yet it was evident in every other aspect. You disgusting cur. Okay, wait, I thought you only cared about like what the law says. Now you care about public opinion? Her thoughts were livid, but her demeanor remained blank. You and William paid off the representatives within my House of Lords. You two made a complete mockery of everything that my noble house has stood for. And for what? So you could temporarily snatch power away from the Steelwinds? I was merely thinking about the future of my house. You know Lucio can be trusted. He executed Lady Ophelia, his own wife. The Guardian General executed his wife? Is that what really happened to her mom? He was carrying out his duty. A failure committed a crime that demanded absolution. I understand that you cared for her, but you're spitting on her memory by using her to justify your actions. Enough. I've had enough to mourn for today. The sunlight was shining through this glass window. Nice description. A ceramic altar was at the end of this room. Your candles on top are made out of pure gold. A candle made out of gold? Would that even light up?
Preparing Arcanum.
Your Grace, this has to have opened your eyes to the corruption in the justice system. You have the power to change it. You have to do something to fix it. How dare you take advantage of her poor mood to plant your insidious ideas? Why the outrage, Lord? Should I have given you and Bloom credit for the idea? Mr. Cuthbert, have you ever heard of the saying that justice is blind? Yes, I guess so. That saying is incorrect. Justice isn't blind. It must be kept blind. I'm sure I must look like a naive and blind fool to you. The truth is that I've had my own suspicions of William and Lloyd for years. Every instinct in my body has been screaming that they were plotting behind our backs. What? However, I could never definitively prove it, not even to myself. Humans are inherently flawed. It is our very nature. What many refer to as instinct is simply the drive for an individual's own survival. I will not be arrogant in saying that House Sybil holds the most power among the four pillars. We oversee the exchange of resources between noble houses. We authorize the movement of our forces. The other pillars are the arms and legs of Warvengard, but House Sybil is its beating heart. To put my finger in the skull of justice would be to disrupt the harmony of our system. It would disrupt the cosmic balance. Okay. What are you talking about? What even is the cosmic balance? It's the natural order of the world. It is the guiding philosophy of House Sybil. It is the belief that everything naturally progresses towards something better. So just expecting to get better without having to do anything? The people of the kingdom are suffering because of your inaction. My inaction? You placed the blame on me, but what about you? You were once a champion of your so-called justice, but you've stopped your work as a defense attorney. How many lives could you have saved in the month that you spent on vacation? Okay, come on. That's not a real argument. Come on now. It's not his responsibility to clean up your mess. You have no idea how much he suffered doing this. You're right, he shouldn't bear that kind of responsibility alone. Every commoner has the ability to learn and practice law as you do, Mr. Cuthbert. So why are you one of the few commoners that do so? From what I've heard, you're one of the few people who defend mages of the common folk. Every other attorney wouldn't even consider taking them as clients. Perhaps the problem lies in the common folk then. They are fully capable of rising to defend the innocent, yet they do nothing. Your Grace, you have to do something. You have more power than possibly anyone else in the kingdom. You have a voice. That's precisely why I can't act so recklessly. A power like mine can't be invoked so clumsily. I must trust that the system my family has built will allow the cosmic balance to guide us to a better tomorrow. The rules must be followed, otherwise there will be nothing separating us from animals. I choose to have no voice because it is my responsibility to make sure that everyone else has one. What about the late Duke of Finance? Look how easily he bent your system to his own ends. People like you are part of the system as well. Akin to white blood cells in an organism, you sought out the infection and corrected it. It was only out of sheer luck. Do you have any idea how badly William's plot could have ended if it had gone any other way? I'll admit that the House of Lords was far more fallible than I expected, and I'm sincerely thankful that you brought it to light. The system isn't perfect, but incidents like this allow us to prevent such abuse from happening in the future. Like a species evolving over history, like a stream smoothing out the edges of a stone, the cosmic balance will bring us to a better future. That said, while I choose not to have a voice, I think yours could be of great help to us. Shortly after her indictment, Lady Beatrice made a plea deal with Prosecutor Stillwind. Her evidence and testimony have allowed us to arrest several seat members within the House of Lords. Okay, but she's still going to hell forever, right? There are many vacant seats now. Would you be interested in having one, Mr. Cuthbert? What? Coraline, you can't be serious. I realize that the House of Lords could use a lot more oversight, something I think you can provide. Of course, I need to consult the other representatives, but I think they'll agree. I'll give you some time to think about it. I mean, that seems like a pretty good deal. Wait, Coraline! The Minister of Justice ignored him and left the room. The Duke of Commerce chased after her frantically. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. Teddy's ridiculous. I kind of understand her worldview in a way. What? You're just using that cosmic balance nonsense as an excuse to do nothing. But think about what it'd be like to have that much power. Everything you do could potentially affect the entire kingdom. Imagine being responsible for the lives of a million people. Now imagine nobles like William, Lucy, and the Von Tankers are all trying to manipulate you to get what they want. I don't blame her for not trusting herself to use that power. I don't agree with her, but I'm just saying that I understand where she's coming from. You probably know it better than anyone else. The right thing to do isn't always so plain and simple. I'll admit that she does seem sincere and trying to do right by the kingdom. And I suppose auditing the House of Lords would be a simple thing with the Eye of Horus. We're going to take her offer? I just sighed and scratched my head. My problems were always with Warvengard's justice system. There's a lot of good I could do if I had a seat at the table, but at the same time, was I really going to jump headfirst into this? Why not? What's the downside? It's a lot. I'll have to sit on it for a while. Coraline, wait! Are you seriously going to put that boy in the House of Lords? He admitted that he's a cleric of the theocracy. He can't be trusted. Shut up, Lloyd. What? Coraline, you and William orchestrated the deaths of hundreds of innocent people behind my back, and yet you feel nothing. What is wrong with you? Well, it was really William's idea. I'll give that trite. You've been like this since we were children. You will always lick the boot of whoever you think is strongest and hide behind him like a sniveling child. I mean, let me use my voice, but you just parrot whoever is willing to put up with you. I consider truth, even if you can't. You aligned yourself with William because you were too much of a coward to go against him. You justified it, using a little vendetta against Lucio. All because the Grand General executed Ophelia, the woman you never had the balls to even try to win the heart of. Balls? Can she say that? You're pathetic, and I personally hope the House of Lords votes to dismantle House von Sanctus piece by piece. I will not make the mistake of trusting you again, Lloyd. Unlucky. Oh, okay, we're done here. Wait, the game didn't tell me to move. What am I supposed to do? I don't know what to do. Why am I seeing a Pegasus with a party hat? We explored the pathways surrounding the cathedral. They had created a garden around them. They were filled with flowering hedges, trimmed with the same reverence they held for the scaled lord. Celeste walked over to the nearby marigolds and plucked one of them. She turned its stem thoughtfully between her fingers. The petals shone brightly, its golden radiance only rivaled by the reflection in her eyes. Are you okay? She suddenly looked at me. I realized I was staring. Sorry. I really had a lot I needed to figure out. I cleared my throat as I quickly walked past her, but I froze as I came across a peculiar statue. Well, that's a little out of place. What even is it? If my memory is correct, it's a Pegasus. Hello, friends. How are you here? Shouldn't you be in hell? Shouldn't your soul be, like, getting ripped apart by the demons of the 9 hells or whatever? Hello, friends. Witches and Tracker stood up from a nearby bench. I didn't even notice them. Witches was carrying a leash, which Tracker used to guide her to us. She seemed to be staring past me, only turning her head to face in her general direction whenever we spoke. She was followed by Eris, who was looming behind her. Hey, Eris. Eris passed me a blank smile as I noticed her. Beatrice, aren't you supposed to be dead? I meant to say locked up, but no, it's perfectly understandable. You of all people know what was on my blood contract, but it appears the Empress of Discord isn't going to kill me just yet. It said use me, now it said kill me. Just yet. Is Eris the Empress of Discord? I thought you were the Lord of the 9 hells or whatever. I forget what you said in case 2. Is that really necessary? What? Never mind. Richard's sisters followed behind her. Their eyes never met mine. Okay, so she can remember Eris's mind control, or like Eris's like editing of their dialogue or whatever. How does she know? Is it because she's worked with demons before? Richard's sisters followed behind her. Their eyes never met mine. They didn't seem hostile, and all things considered, I preferred their company over the 2 pillar heads. The helpless Frigga looked down somberly. She didn't look defeated. It was something else. Was it dread? What is this thing, by the way? You called it the Pegasus earlier. It's a creature of divine origin. Many people believe that the angels of the upper planes rode these creatures into battle. I see. You feel some kinship to it? I can only feel its suffering. What? Its face is contorted into an expression of pure agony. Is it? It screams out in terror, yet no one can hear its pleas for mercy. Queen, I think he's broken. Someone ignorant of its plight has placed some sort of vain party act upon its head. It's as if they were mocking its torment, like some kind of demon torturing a poor soul in the field of avernus. What are you even saying? I'm sorry. I need to take a moment to think about what I've just witnessed here. We all should. Alright, Tyrion, you go do that. What was that about? Excuse me? Was that supposed to be a joke? I don't get it. I'm an attorney, by the way. Is that the attorney's runestone? Why are you presenting it to me? I present it to everyone. Iris did tell me about that. She kept calling it a badge for some reason. Ooh, very meta. Why do you call it a badge? You wouldn't understand. The meaning is beyond your understanding. Iris Ash played all the Ace Attorney games. She's a big fan. Okay. So, you seem to be doing all things considered. Right, I suppose you'd expect me to be wallowing in self-pity, crying over the demon that now has ownership of my soul. 9 hells, heaven's born. I can't stand when you look at me like that. You know, my offer still stands. I can try to help you. At the risk of your own soul. Which part of the contract would you dispute anyway? I couldn't answer. I'd been commenting your blood contract for the last month. I thought of every angle of attack, but there was very little room for interpretation. Believe me, I've had years to look it over, but it's impossible to break. It's okay, we're gonna use our fucking divine magic at the end to break the contract or whatever. You'll be fine. I'm sorry. Don't be, you defeated me. I won't suffer your pity. What always mean in the strangest places, Eris? What are you doing here? I requested to accompany Beatrice to this event. After all, I don't have many opportunities to enter a church like this. I can imagine. By the way, is your father still... Oh, if you're worried about him, we've already had a conversation about you. I don't think he'll be accosting you anytime soon. Oh, thank you. That sounds too good to be true. How do you pull something like that off? He may look like a hardened criminal, but he's always had a soft spot for his family. He also owed me, and I have a way of making people see things my way. You sure do. Beatrice just scoffed when she heard that. How do you know? How do you know about Eris? Wait, if you're here, does that mean Marinette is also... Oh hell no, they'd never let me bring him here of all places. He's being guarded by the King's Guard near the entrance. If he tries to escape, the knight over there is ordered to kill me. She gestured towards the knight, who was silently watching all of us from afar. He's surprisingly calm about this. Okay, but didn't we say in the previous case that you had like magic? You had like some of the best magic in the entire kingdom, and you were like a really powerful mage. Surely you could like, you're stronger than this knight, right? I've regularly dealt with demons. This is nothing in comparison to that. You've really changed a lot. Seeing how I was before, I'll take that as a compliment. Wait, if Marinette isn't here, how do you know which statue I was looking at? It was a lucky guess. The grotesque statue certainly makes an impression on you. Oh, Marinette just spoke with me. He wanted me to let you know that he can smell your celestial stink from the entrance. Love you too, Marinette. I'm not going to repeat his response to that. That's a new sprite, I think. I don't think we've seen this sprite before. I've been meaning to ask, during the trial, you and Marinette kept calling me Heavensborn. What does that mean? Do you know about my abilities? What, did you seriously not know? You know how to issue a divine edict. That's a very advanced spell. I don't really understand it myself, but I learned it after solving a riddle in the Rings of Vitality. Of course you did. Anyways, I'm quite surprised you don't know about your lineage. Maybe my mother knew, but I lost her when I was really young. I see, I have my condolences. But to answer your questions, a Heavensborn is a human whose bloodline has been touched by the gods. I'm assuming you're not talking about the Scaled Lord. No, I'm speaking of the actual gods. Okay, so the Scaled Lord isn't real, or is he just not a god? Beatrice, you can't say that here. Oh, come off it. What's the church going to do? Arrest me? Anyways, your blood has been touched by the celestials of the upper planes. Much like my soul is tainted and tied to the abyssal hells, your soul is consecrated by the heavens. So I am a cleric then. You're much more than a cleric. Your kind is nearly extinct. And make no mistake, if you find yourself under the wrong circumstances, even you can be sent to hell. Okay. Are there really that few Heavensborn? What about the theocracy to the west of us? Much like mages, the power of a Heavensborn is past your bloodlines. Many of those bloodlines have been lost over Lumina's history. Some were lost in the previous wars, some strayed from the path and were ended by the theocracy itself. And many were ended by the Celestials' enemies. I love how Eris showed up for that one line. Very subtle. Why is Warengard going to so much trouble to hide this from everyone? The theocracy has been the kingdom's enemy since it was created. Illuminat's greatest weapon is their fate. Warengard has always feared that fate would infect the people like a sickness and destroy Warengard from within. So like always, it's all about control. It also runs contrary to the Church of Bahamut. The ancient dragons are also an enemy of heaven. They've done their best to wipe out any religion that worships the Celestials. I see. If your bloodline is blessed by the Celestials, does that mean that our kids will also be Heavensborn? What do you mean, our kids? I suppose so. I think my mother was also I paused for a moment, processing what you just said. I asked if your kids will be Heavensborn. That's not what you said. Oh, what was I thinking? Wow. If only we were always that easy. Anyways, I'm a little curious about the theocracy of Lumina. Frankly, I'm surprised there's even one Heavensborn living in Warengard. How did your bloodline even find its way here? I suppose I don't really know. My mother never told me much about their ancestry. That makes sense. If the Church of Bahamut knew what you were, they would have definitely hunted you down. The last thing I needed was another faction that wanted to kill me. Anyways, travel into and out of Warengard is technically illegal, and I doubt Lord Stillwind would make an exemption for you. After all, how Stillwind suffered the most during the Great Luminite War. Lucio might as well be a veteran of that conflict. Veteran? Vet? Oh no. No, I hate the vet. I'm not going. You'll never take me alive. Arf, 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 arf. Well, watch, the tracker frantically ran through the garden, trampling several flowers and barking loudly. Lafayette chased after him as he began accosting a passing knight. I should go help her. It's almost 2 p.m. anyways. We should head to the prayer room. Thanks for answering my questions, Beatrice. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help you with this Empress of Discord. Stop showing Eris whenever you say you talk about the Empress of Discord. It's closer than you think. There's nothing you can do. Try not to look so defeated. It's almost time for the main event. Why did you bring me here? Oh, who knows? Whatever you're planning to make me do, please. Please don't make me harm my sisters. You're in no position to make demands. You'll just have to wait and see for yourself. Stay safe, Heavensborn. Are you ready? Yeah. At least I hope so. You can send God outside if you want. I only need a few moments to look into his mind. No, I'm the one who asked you to do this, and I'm not going to leave you alone with him. Tyrion? Yeah? Thank you for coming here with me. It really means a lot. Honestly, I think I just needed an excuse to leave the house. It's not just this, you're always looking out for me. You got me acquitted, you helped me see the truth behind my dad. It feels like I can never repay that. What are you talking about? For the past few months, all I've been doing is relying on you. Celeste, I was going to tell you something at the Lloyd's Ball. Oh, is this really the right moment? I don't really know how to say it, but... Wait, we're talking about this now? I feel like something always happens, so, I took a deep breath. Celeste, the voice trailed off. Celeste, you are very, damn it all, it was happening again. Come on, I knew what I wanted to say, and I was fairly certain she felt the same way. I took in one last breath, air filled my lungs, my heart was pounding, sweat was beginning to form under every crevice of my suit. Mom spaghetti, but I pushed everything from my mind, the fear, the anxiety, the hesitation from leaping over the chasm. I steeled my resolve. I was Tyrion motherfucking Cuthbert, motherfucking Jesus. I wouldn't let anyone stand in my way, man, king, or god, but most of all myself. Celeste McCoy, I love... Stillwind? Ah, Arya. How long have you been standing there? Are you serious right now, Arya? Well, I need to be here on this time. I'm so sorry. I didn't know what to do and froze. I wanted to wish you luck, but then you seemed to be in the middle of something. I was going to leave, but then I got worried after I attention to myself. Don't stop on my account. I'll just get out of your way. As she scared away, I saw something fall out of her pocket. It was a runestone. Oh, Arya, you dropped something. As Celeste went to pick it up, she accidentally activated it. An image of some evidence appeared for a brief moment, but Arya quickly snatched it from Celeste's hands. Wait, is that why everyone's gathered here today? Celeste, don't just invade her privacy like that. Don't be like that. I'm really happy for you. Thank you. Good luck. Part of me really wanted to know what she saw, but one of us had to exercise some self-restraint. She's getting married! Any wins I had in my sails were gone. There was nothing left to push me forward. She just silently walked over to me and planted a kiss on my cheek. Okay, well, there you go. I jumped back. My hand went to where her lips had made contact. She just swayed playfully and giggled as she watched the embarrassed look on my face. Tyrion, I already know. You do, then. But I'm still not saying it before you do. What? You've been stringing me along for a month. That's what you get. Fine, I guess that's fair. I looked at the time. The time of the meeting was approaching. We're going to be late. It's fine. There's always next time. Honestly, this next part would be far easier than saying those words. I straightened my tie and wiped the sweat from my brow before entering the prayer room. Are you not already in the prayer room? I guess you were standing outside. You finally arrived. I suppose this means you finally decided. What? You two? We've got your letter. Letter? What letter? You sent us a letter, Pierce. Okay, so we're being set up. It said you knew who Celeste's parents were. I did send a letter, but not to you. What? What's going on? And so the final act begins. Please, Grand General, I think you're overreacting. I'm sure this is just a practical joke. The Grand General ignored him and continued taking a swing at the force field with his great axe. Lucius, you are well aware that you can't destroy this cage with brute force. Sigh, this accursed spell. It's a nuisance every time I come across it. You, what are you doing away from your post? The knight said nothing in response. He left the room to the east exit. The east exit? What? How suspicious. What's going on? Where are they? Of all the times for those two to disappear. You don't think she's trying to escape, do you? Honestly, I wouldn't put it past... Hey, Lazaric Asclepius. Wait, weren't you... Oh yeah, Asclepius is the house we just talked about. Yeah. That's good and that, like, works with necromancy. Hey, though Asclepius, did you find Beatrice? I didn't, but there's something else. Someone just trapped His Majesty in a force cage. What? Oh no, the Beatrice... Is force cage even in their compendium? Either way, I think it's safer if we reconvene with the other in the nave. The King's Guard are forming a perimeter while they wait for the force cage to disappear. We'll be safe there. Should be fine, she always is. I suppose you're right. Tracker, let's go. Tracker said nothing. He was growling at the pathway leading north. Tracker, I said let's go. I smell evil rats. You can chase the rats after the funeral. Let's go. Yes, Queen. The Duke and the Mister turned the corner and fled into the common room. Their assailants wasn't far behind, but hopefully they lost her. Her? No, this must be some mistake. I know Miss Stillwind. She would never do this. I can't think about that now. Okay, so Stillwind is going to be the defendant. We'll just have to hope that she won't think to look here. Lloyd tried to check Coraline for any wounds, but she just slapped his hand away. Lloyd, just teleport away. Choose a place where your Mage Blight won't hurt anyone. Mage Blight? I'm not leaving you alone with her. Do you think your recklessness will earn my forgiveness? Just go. Damn, she's coming. Air Stillwind turned a corner and stood at the room's north entrance. She walked towards the two pillar lords without a word or a hint of emotion. Arya, please, I don't know what your father told you, but there has to be another way. We don't need to give in to our primal urges. You're just another bloodthirsty Stillwind. You barbarians have no place in our kingdom. Lloyd, look out! Coraline tackled Lloyd as she foresaw an attack from behind. The crossbow bolt would pierce Lloyd's heart if she hadn't hacked it. Instead, the bolt pinned itself in the back of Coraline's shoulder. Coraline! It's fine, I can heal this. Well, we can have that, can we? The shooter stepped into the room from the south entrance, crossbow in hand. Harry had done a wonderful job of driving the two of them here. Damn it all, is this your accomplice? Trust your face, you coward. The assassin said nothing and aimed his crossbow at the two of them. Lloyd said silent, but suddenly started breathing more heavily and haggardly. Ugh! The Duke of Commerce turned around and tackled Arya to the ground. Okay, is this really Arya, or is this someone like with a illusion spell or something? Or is she being mind controlled? Again, her face was blank. She didn't seem to be bothered at all. All she did was struggle to break the Duke's grip on her. The assassin was about to shoot, but cursed under his breath once Arya was brought into the line of fire. It wasn't her time yet. She needed to live through this. Lloyd cursed at himself. Even he was wondering what he was doing. It was as if his body had moved on its own. For that matter, why did he refuse to teleport away, as Corleen asked? He had a bunker specifically designed for this. No one would have blamed him. He wasn't meant for combat. Those thoughts were spinning around in his head, but they were being pushed away, overridden by something he had never felt before. Corleen, run, get away from here. But, go! The minister hesitated, but survival instinct won over in the end. She ran past Lloyd, who was keeping Arya pinned to the ground. She cried as she ran in terror. The assassin leveled his crossbow at her. The Duke dwelled in defiance. He shoved Arya away and formed a cross with his arms. Terror protect! A thin stone layer formed to cover the entirety of the Minister of Justice's body. A crossbow bolt whistled past Lloyd, but bounced off of Corleen's ardent skin. She had gotten away. Stone skin doesn't require concentration, does it? Not bad, Lloyd. Who the hell are you? The assassin flicked his head towards the hallway that Corleen ran to. Arya immediately stood up. Arya and her, all until the Duke. Without a word, Arya sprinted from the common room to pursue her prey. The assassin just shook his head in disbelief as he leisurely began to load another bolt into his crossbow. Scale Lord, when did you grow us plan? Ha, what do I have to fear from you? I'm Lord Von Sanctus, the Duke of Commerce and Master of Abjuration. So come on, it's time you learn your place, you wretch. For the first and last time in his life, Lloyd Von Sanctus stood his ground. Unlucky. Come on, just tell us the truth, Pierce. You're the last person I would give this information to. I was getting more and more stressed, and it was even easier than last time. Just a little more and I would. A crash rang out from outside. What was that? We're going to take a look. Stay here and keep the door closed. What? Are you just going to leave us here? He's right. We don't know what's going on. We should stay together. Don't worry, there were 2 guards outside, and they're from the Kingsguard. They'll be fine. That's not what I'm worried about. Trust me, Tyrion. When have I ever lost a fight? Shut a point. Fine, just be careful. Yeah. What? Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts here. It had been almost 10 minutes since Celeste went to investigate the noise. I wanted to open the door and check on her, but she told me to keep the door closed. Last time I disobeyed her orders, I got taken hostage and made her job 10 times more difficult. You sure did. Pierce seemed extremely on edge. She was sitting at one of the tables and impatiently tapped on the wood with his fingers. So you never intended to send that letter to me. Who did you send it to then? Oh, as if I would ever tell you that. Luckily for me, he had accumulated enough stress by now. What? What are you looking at me like that? Why are you looking at me like that? Even if I wasn't the intended recipient, you said that you knew who Celeste's biological parents are. Who are they? Oh, are you seriously focused on them now? It's far too important. It's my only bargaining chip. One last push. Answer the question, Pierce, or I'll reveal this letter to you. What was that? Somnia. What? What is this? Is this a sleep spell? A blue, luminous vapor spilled into the room. It glittered with faint glints of magical light. As soon as it fell over me, I could feel my entire body becoming heavier. I started to slump over, and my body was being pulled towards the ground. A sleep spell? Sleep. Skull mist travels up to... The caster conjures magical mist in the direction that they stretch their palm. The magical mist will travel up to 30 feet before dissipating. Any creature who inhales the mist will fall into a magical slumber. An affected creature will be woken from their slumber if they are violently shaken or experience any sort of pain. Okay. I miscalculated. No, if they got here, that means... Celeste! I fought with everything I had to stay awake, but it was impossible. My eyes were closing on their own. It felt like my eyelids were being dragged down. I felt myself fade away, but I made one last desperate attempt to keep my eyes open. No! Beatrice. I saw Beatrice for guys. I was losing consciousness. I only saw her for a brief moment, so it could have been an illusion, okay? Regardless, that meant that she somehow entered the prayer room at 2:30 p.m. I have a lot of things to piece back together. I was just sitting in sleep, but I soon heard a voice echoing in the distance. Rian. Tyrion. What? Oh, okay, you're okay. Oh, you're crying. Celeste. Tyrion, I'm so sorry. I should have listened to you. I should have never left you alone with him. Hey, it's okay. Tears were streaming down on her face. I'd only ever seen her like this one other time. I held her tightly against my chest. She was practically clinging to me, shuddering with each sob. I just stayed quiet and embraced her as she cried in relief. How long was I out? I scanned the room. Oh, there's a dead body. I realized that there were other people here with us. Commander White was leading a group of knights. They all had their weapons drawn and were surrounding someone who was lying unconscious in the room with us. It was Tailwind! Commander, I understand your position, but there has to be another explanation. Look, Your Majesty, I feel about this the same way you do. But it has to be a case of mage blight. I looked around the room and saw a pool of blood at the end of one of the tables. There was even a chalk outline around it already. A horrible realization came over me. Celeste, where's Pierce? She just looked away from me, tears welling up in her eyes again. I don't know how to tell you this, kid, but he's dead. Not Pierce! My favorite character! What? Honestly, consider yourself lucky you're in one piece. One piece? But whatever you're paying the mage girl, it's not enough. But who? I looked at the knight who all had their weapons pointed at the prosecutor. You think Stillwind did this? It wasn't just Lord Pierce, Mr. Cuthbert. We also found the bodies of Lord Van Sackis and Lady Sybil. Oh, Jesus, okay. Wait, I thought Sybil escaped. All of us were attacked, and several members of the King's Guard have gone comatose. I don't want to believe it, but several people still stood when acting off at the scene of each of the murders. We also found her unconscious here. Pierce's body was lying next to her. No, it wasn't her. I saw Beatrice before I passed out. She was the one that knocked us out. Beatrice? What the hell is going on? Suddenly, the knights surrounding Stillwind began shouting. It looked like the prosecutor had regained consciousness. Okay, is Lucio going to be the prosecutor for this case then? Iris rose limply, still half asleep. Her body was showing as if it were taking all of her energy to sit upright. Her eyes slowly scanned the room, noticing the knights who were surrounding her with their weapons drawn. She then noticed the blood on the floor. Her eyes became wide. She quickly raised the palms of her hands. Her gloves were dirty and ripped. Commander White, you need to put me in a holding cell. It needs to be one with an anti-magic field. What? I'm not in control of my actions. We need to go now. Okay, so you're being mind-controlled. You don't have mage bite, right? What are you talking about? Now is not the time. Do it, Commander. You're right. She lay down flat on the ground, placing her hands on her head. Even in her own arrest, she was taking the lead. I watched as the Inquisition placed a pair of manacles around her wrists. We exchanged glances before she left the room. She just looked down, defeated. Damadal, what happened? I know you have many questions, Mr. Cuthbert, but we should make sure that you're okay. If there's a necromancer in the nave. I still have no idea what happened while I was asleep, but I could feel awareness still holding my body. They both held me up. I made a note of the current time. It was 3:12 p.m. 3:12. So we were asleep for like 40 minutes or something. Okay. Well. I hope it's gonna be a little bit more complicated than just like area was mind controlled. Because if that's like that's it, for case 5 that would be a bit boring, right? Surely there's more to it than just that. We were in the prayer room, so we were here. The garden's here. Commons room here, okay. Sorry, is the room with the big glass window, is that the common room or is that the high speaker room? I forget. Is it this or is it this? Because I'm trying to imagine like the path area would have needed to take to like kill Lloyd here and then kill Pierce here and then kill like Sybil wherever she died. Somnia, an outstretched palm. Requires concentration. When they say that a spell requiring concentration or not, my understanding is that like if a spell requires concentration, then you can't do anything else while you're casting the spell. But if it doesn't, then you can. That's my understanding. I may be wrong, but I'm just assuming because it hasn't like explicitly explained what that means. Where is Beatrice? Okay, well, I'm going to stop here for now. Interesting setup. It's rare that we have a triple homicide in any of these games. In fact, I can't think of any triple homicide in any of the Ace Attorneys. There's a couple double homicides, but even then, those are pretty rare. And triple homicide, I actually can't think of any. So, it's certainly interesting. But yeah, I'm going to stop here for now. Surely Lucio is the prosecutor, right? Because he had the objection sprite, so they wouldn't make an animation of him doing the objection if he wasn't going to be a prosecutor at some point. So it's definitely Lucio. But yeah, I'm stopping here for now. See you next time.